Well, I got stabbed again today. I didn't feel good about it, but what's done is done. And now I'm lying bleeding on the floor. I put a bullet in his head. There was no hesitation, but you made it easy when you strapped his body to a chair. So say goodbye to everything you ever knew before, and I'd understand if you went running out the door. And I'll keep you safe, and no harm will ever come to you, I swear. And I'll kill if they even dare. I'll kill, I swear.
Testes. Testes.
Testes. 1, 2.
3.
I've got 2.
You have
Wait.
3.
I do have 3.
I have them all up in a jar, so I'm the one who knows.
You do have them in a jar.
Welcome to Michigan Murder and Music.
Welcome. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Beautiful morning.
What day are you fucking recording this on?
Oh, this is Friday morning. Yeah.
It's not even a
It's
morning.
beautiful. It's snowing like
it's
crazy.
6 o'clock in the evening.
Oh,
So,
I just woke up.
yeah, well, this episode will contain graphic content, swearing,
Yes, stuff for not for your children. No.
murder-like stuff.
Yeah, sometimes graphic stuff, naughty words.
You don't want to let your kids listen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on us if
Her Highness might say booger. I
Hey.
don't like that.
This is Boot. Welcome,
You know what?
Boot.
Thank you,
I
Your
appreciate
Highness.
your input on. You've listened to me bitch about this case all week.
Dude, it's been more than a week. We've been researching this one for... Yeah, okay.
We have been researching it for a while, but
Seriously, for
when
about a
he
week.
went into court, this guy, I just want to choke him. Which is why we decided to move this case up in the to-do list.
Yep, it's pertinent.
Pertinent. Pertinent up here in the Michigan
In
country.
Cedar Tucky.
Up here in...
You look very gangsta, by the way.
Hey, thanks. I'm rolling with my Malibu's Most Wanted look. I've got my
good Lord.
D-twat gangsta hat rolled up
Yep.
in the front because
Yep.
it's a flat bottom bill. Got my mossy oak
We're playing Dorco Polo. I say
hoodie.
Dorco. And
Polo.
there we go.
You look like Dieter
Just like
tonight.
that. Oh,
Yeah, Dieter.
you want to touch my mouth.
So this guy, there's so much to cover. We just need to hit it right now. Jason Dalton, Uber killings, Kalamazoo, Michigan, killed 6 people.
Dalton.
This
Dude's
douchebag.
disgusting.
Prisoner numbers 8675309.
Hey, which band are we covering tonight?
Oh, we'll be covering the JetBeats later on.
JetBeats. I love
Yeah,
those
so
guys.
after we talk about this douchebag, you can so look forward to hearing about the JetBeats.
I think we should, during our episode, we should play a little bit of them.
This episode
They're
is
that
too
good.
long. We don't have that much
Okay,
time.
you're right.
So this is what happened. Jason Dalton, father of 2, husband of 20 years. He was an insurance loss adjuster. You guys are just going to have to learn to deal with my dog unless one of you kind listeners would love to adopt
Oh,
him.
Jack Russells are awesome.
Oh,
You would all
they're
love to have
great.
one.
They're good times. He was an insurance loss adjuster and a part-time Uber driver. Even though he apparently didn't need the money, they were kind of like saving it for a trip. They were doing okay, but
Yeah.
he wanted a trip to Disney World. I get it.
Yeah.
We just can't afford to go to Disney World on one job.
That's what he do.
He was earlier that day, he hung out with his best friend. They actually went to a gun shop, which was not unheard of. I know it sounds stupid, but for them, he had like a bunch of guns.
Yeah, some people are really into that.
It's Michigan.
I understand it.
Yeah, I get it. Everyone's got their thing. I mean,
Yeah.
we go into music shops and hang.
Exactly. Just to
But,
look, browse.
I won't carry a gun, but yeah, he was known at this gun shop. So earlier that day was with his best friend. They went to the gun shop. Nothing seemed out of the normal. He was a regular at the gun shop. Blah, blah, blah. His buddy did sense that he wasn't quite like he normally is. Asked him if anything was wrong.
Quieter than normal. I don't know what that means.
Quieter than normal. It'd be like, when
So
you
he's
know
just tired.
somebody
Yeah.
well, I'm like, Boot, what's up? If you say nothing, I'm like, bullshit.
Right.
I know you enough to know something's fucking up.
Yeah.
But if you're just like, whatever, I'm tired, I'm going to take your word for it. You're tired.
Usually that's the case.
It is. And that's what Dalton said that day.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the same thing to his wife that day. So he's heading out on his Uber pickup. And
apparently he brought his dog with him.
Why? Why?
I know. That's messed up.
The first person actually turned him down because there was a dog in the car. I didn't have that in our notes, but she had an aversion to dogs, and maybe it was her gut instinct. She's a smart lady. She did not get in that car. I would have been like, oh, doggy! I would have thrown all of my parents' warnings
depending on what kind
out
of
the door. Yeah, if it was a Jack Russell.
Right.
So he picked up for his first driver. He was driving with this guy, and he gets a phone call over the Bluetooth speakerphone. The guy kind of heard it, but was trying not to listen. Couldn't really tell you if it was a guy or a girl, or he just said the phone call didn't last that long. But once he hung up from the phone, he freaking floored it. He hammered the gas pedal.
Oh my God, I'd freak out if I was the passenger.
He just started driving crazy, the first passenger said. At this point, this guy swiped a Ford Taurus. And when the passenger was like, dude, you just hit a Ford Taurus, Dalton was like, no, I didn't. And then later we find out that the call was just from his son asking if he wanted a fucking chicken dinner for this fat fuck.
This dude is crazy.
He's insane.
Yep.
Multiple times he's driving all crazy. He swipes his Ford Taurus, and the passenger's like, dude, this is where I get out. No, this is where I get out. Like, just let me out. Just let me out. He finally slows down, and the guy literally like rolls out of the car, and there's a couple standing there.
Hey.
Could you imagine that? Like, just seeing a guy just roll out of a car in front of you and
that's insane.
Be like, what the?
It's freaky. What if we've used Uber twice?
We've used it
twice, maybe
twice that we remember.
Maybe 4 times. Okay.
We've used it a few times.
Yeah, not very many times.
I know.
It's always been very pleasant.
Yeah, well, all murders are pleasant.
Yeah, until the murder part.
Yeah. So he rolls out of the car. They all call 911. People are starting to call in here and there. Dalton goes home after that drive, drinks a glass of water. Then he goes downstairs among his plethora of guns, and he pulls out a 9mm semi-automatic Glock because he wants to bust a cap in someone's ass. I don't know.
In their hiney parts. You don't have to say ass.
He calls his wife because, his wife and him have been using his parents' vehicles and their own vehicles.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. His parents they go south.
Okay.
And I understand my parents of back in the day when I was driving crap vehicles, but it doesn't sound like their vehicles were crap.
But when you're an adult, you don't even think about using your parents'.
It's a Hummer. My dad would be like, kiss my ass. You're not driving my Corvette or whatever car my dad owns. I don't even know. It's some fancy thing. He'll be like, no, bitch. You get your little muddy prints off of it. Anyways,
buy your own.
He calls his wife. He's busting a 9mm. He goes there. He hides his car that he's already crashed into that Ford Taurus.
Which is wise. You're going to want to hide it.
You're going to want to hide your Taurus.
Yeah.
Especially if it's...
For a while.
Especially if it's a pinkly Taurus. The wife said she'd meet at the parents' house.
I get it.
They meet there. Oh, I know. He calls his wife. Asks for the Hummer trade-off. She's like, I'll meet you at your parents' house. He's like, cool. I'll see you at my parents' house. Instead of going to his parents' house, he picks up another passenger. I think this is the second or third person. I really don't know. But he couldn't find this person's house. So he was driving around, couldn't find her. Saw this lady walking with 3 or 4 children, pulls out a gun. She tells the children to run. He shoots her 4 times.
Yeah, while protecting the kids, which is very gallant.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
It's crazy though.
It's insane because he didn't stop shooting, so she pretended to be dead. She just laid there. I'm not sure what happened to the kids. They ran and luckily were not hurt, but some of his shots missed her. 7 bullets went into the house that was behind her. 4 of those bullets went through a wall. They were stopped only by the clutter in a closet a few feet from where 3 teenagers were playing NBA 2K15, which is a video game.
Oh, thank you, because I didn't know what that was.
I knew you didn't know. You were probably like, 2K what? Dude, he almost killed 3 teens.
That's insane. But fortunately, the walls and stuff in the closet
stopped that from happening. So he gets to his parents' house. He hides his damaged Chevy Equinox.
He's in the Equinox now, yeah.
No, that's what he started in.
I thought it was in the... Oh, wait, what about the Taurus? The pink Taurus.
That's the car he hit. So he has this Equinox. He hides it in the garage. His wife arrives. They discovered that the Hummer he wanted to drive, because he's all gangster with his 9mm, so he needs a Hummer. It wouldn't start. He took his parents' black Chevy HHR, which she was driving. So I'm assuming that she ended up taking his banged up car, but didn't ask anything about it. I don't know.
Why would they have an HHR? Why would anyone have
What's an HHR? I don't even know what that looks like. Is that one of those square looking
kinda
ugly things?
I don't know.
Dalton's wife's full description of meeting him that night, basically the last time she would see him as a free man. After he had already shot someone, she says that he was upset, said he was having trouble with his taxi people, and he had contacted Uber and that they were going to handle everything. But then after that, she revealed that he said a rather weird instruction to her. He told her to stay in the house with the kids.
Okay. I want to back up a minute. So apparently there's like a rivalry between taxis and Ubers?
I don't I don't know if he was kind of like calling his Uber a taxi or if he was having problems with his Uber app, which is kind of what it made it sound like.
Okay.
If you really want to know the full details, go Google this shit.
Yeah, go Google.
We aren't into the full details, so I just want to bitch about this bitch. She says her husband wasn't acting strangely, wasn't disheveled. Like, I'm sorry, after
He just always looks like a disgusting fat man. Not disheveled or anything.
Just with partial cross eyes. It's okay. Yeah, so he leaves his parents. He's got his 9mm semi-automatic.
Popping caps and asses.
And he starts picking up Uber fares again.
You gotta.
His passengers in this period also didn't notice anything weird about his behavior that would hint to the fact that he just killed somebody, or thought he did. At 8:02, he picks up another fare near the Western Michigan campus, took them to the center of town. The rider sat in the passenger seat and made small talk. Oh, could you imagine that guy now?
Oh,
he's probably like, holy fucking shit.
Literally.
9:21, gets another passenger. That passenger remembers Dalton singing along to the radio as if he hadn't just shot a girl.
How you doing?
I don't know how this went. You guys can look it up. But at some point, he takes passengers that's somewhere near the Cracker Barrel. He also drives by a car dealership and decides he wants to look at a black BMW. He pulls into the lot. There were a family, like a guy there with his son and the son's girlfriend. The son had been looking at a vehicle. This guy was like, oh, let's go look at it, son. They get out. Dalton pulls up, fucking shoots those two while the girl's hiding in the car.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. This poor girl she waits until she doesn't hear Dalton anymore. Dalton tries the door to the BMW he claims to stop and look at. It's locked, of course, because it's nighttime and it's a car lot. They don't leave their cars open. Dalton, you douche. Dalton,
what did she do?
She had, of course, forgotten her phone at her boyfriend's house, which never fails. When you need your cell phone, it's either dead or you don't have it. She waited about 90 seconds. She leaned into the front seat, looked for Dalton, and then she had to crawl to where her boyfriend's dead body was laying. She took his cell phone from his pocket, went back to their vehicle, and at 10:08, she dialed 911. My heart hurts for that young lady.
Oh, the fear, the
fear.
Crazy.
She had to touch her dead boyfriend's body. I just can't even imagine. Sometime after that, he ended up at the Cracker Barrel. He came upon 5 ladies who were getting into the car. He asked the one lady whether she could spare $1 to make America great again. She declined, so he shot her in the fucking head.
$1 is all it would have taken.
No, if somebody would have said make America great again, I think I would have shot him in the head. then I would have been there.
I see what side of the fence you're on.
Yeah, I just made America great again, mofo.
Oh my god.
So she shoots him and then realizes there's like 5 other people.
So he shoots her. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He shoots her because she said, no, I'm not going to give you $1 to make America great again. He later told the cops that he methodically shot them. First the driver, then the rear seat passenger on the driver's side, then the front seat passenger, then the rear seat passenger. He has now been linked to 3 different shootings. He's also taken passengers in between these shootings to places.
It was a killing spree with absolutely no remorse.
None, didn't even care. Public was warned to look out for an older white male driving a dark-colored Chevy HHR. They were also warned about an Uber driver driving a Chevy Equinox. But what doesn't get... So people who are not realizing this because they're out and about having a good time are using their Uber app and this is a Chevy Equinox. It's not a dark-colored Chevy HHR.
And really, in Kalamazoo, you feel pretty safe.
There's probably 500 Chevy Equinoxes anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's like one of those things. Once you see one way,
dangerous town.
It's not really. So that's where we're at. People are being warned. He shot people at the Cracker Barrel. He then drives 16 miles back to his house. He empties a shotgun in his backyard where he reportedly told his neighbor.
Well, we all do that.
Well, you just...
I got rounds left.
I'm just emptying my gun out. My gun out. I mean, it's just what you do around here.
Right.
He got back into the Chevy. He drove off into the night. Left the shotgun behind, but he left with some kind of 9mm. With new rounds, 20 fresh rounds. It's
a Walther 9mm.
I kind of feel like, is Walther even a name, or is that a type? Okay, this is a Walther 9mm. Killed 6 people, and then he reloads his gun, and then just resumes picking up Uber fares.
Yeah, why not? Like nothing even happened.
Right, it's all right. In the meantime, the police have established an emergency operations center in the Kalamazoo Valley Community College. Pretty much all people knew on the news, and we remember hearing this, was that some nut job was driving around. He was an Uber driver. He was shooting random people.
Yeah.
That's what the public knew. Everybody kind of freaked out, but only if you're at home watching it. If you're out drinking, your judgment's a little impaired.
Well, you don't hear the news while you're out goofing around.
That's true, too. I mean, unless you're staring at your phone, which I hope you guys are all cool enough not to do that.
It seems like everyone is doing, but they're not watching the news. They're
So at 12:04, he picks up 3 friends who need to get back to their dorm room in Western. They said it was kind of weird because he acted like he didn't know where he was going, and they had to direct him how to get to the dorms. But he was friendly, and he got them there. They made it home safe. Then he hits up Bell's Cafe. Where a young man, his wife, and their in-laws were there to see a family member's band. They were going to walk back. They were like, we're going to walk back to the hotel, but the hostess was like, dude, I've just heard that Uber guy randomly shooting people.
So they got an Uber.
I don't think that would be choice number 1 for me. I think I'd take my chances walking as opposed to the Uber. Seriously, an Uber drives up. I shit you not. This would be my kind of luck. Your Highness's luck. It's a Chevy Equinox. Dude's name is Jason. The same that people have been warned about.
Right.
Online. But the lady didn't really say, hey, nobody really knew the details. So they got in with this guy. Trying to break the ice. One of the passengers is like,
are you the killer?
Oh,
You're the one that's been shooting people?
But before that, his wife was like, don't say anything to this guy. So it sounds like something I would say to you, like, boo, I swear to God, don't mention it. And you'd be like, hey, dude.
You killing people?
Are you the Uber driver that's out there shooting people?
Actually, I'm the one that would be like, let's just walk.
You'd probably be like, Mary, shut up.
Come on.
Mary,
let's just
shut
walk.
up. The guy just acted like he didn't know what was happening. Dalton replied that he knew that something was going on. The guy was like, you're not the shooter, are you? And Dalton was like, no. And the passenger was like, that answer was so deadpan and so so curt that it just added to the whole awkwardness. And he's like, "Are you sure?" And Dalton's like, "No, I'm just tired," which was his go-to line all day.
Right?
He was just tired to his best friend. He was just tired.
I shoot people.
Just tired. Been driving for 7 hours. Jesus. I don't know. This guy, they got out. They lived. So this is the fucked up part. It's still going around Kalamazoo that this Uber guy is killing people. But Kalamazoo's a good sized town. So there's another group. They realize, hey, this car looks exactly like the description that they're saying is the guy who's driving around shooting people. But it can't be that guy. So let's just go ahead and take this ride anyways.
Oh my God. Kalamazoo is not that big of a town. If there's one dude in that car,
so
it's gotta be that dude.
This guy also says to Dalton, "You're not the guy going around killing people, are ya?"
No.
Oh, this is crazy. I'm not that guy, Dalton says to him.
I don't kill people.
Oh my God. At that point, he felt like passengers were mocking him. In his mind, he had heard one of them say, "Does he have a gun? Are you going to shoot me?" But he didn't shoot them. He drove them to their destination and let them out. Again, I am blown away by their luckiness. It's such a big town, but such a small town at the same time. All right, so far around 7 o'clock, Dalton left for the first time, has killed numerous people, has given rides to numerous people without killing them, just rando. After 12:37 a.m., a few hundred yards from where Dalton's last Uber cancellations were, the 5-0 flipped on their lights.
The 5-0. That means
were...
police for all the rest of you.
So the police call was actually a felony stop police call. They knew this was Dalton. They knew he was the guy who had been shooting people. Dalton pulled over immediately. The 2 police cars pulled in behind him and ordered Dalton to put his hands out the window, which...
He knew what he did.
He complied.
Yeah.
One of the cops searched Dalton, and while he was searching him, his colleague walked by and gave him a fist bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, we busted
got this
guy. He's already killed 5 people, but we finally got him.
Those cops.
Ugh.
They were hoping for so much more.
This is what blows me away. Cops are always under the spectacle. They're under the microscope. Yeah. So why do they say this kind of shit?
I know. They're being recorded constantly. They've got body cams.
We can hear everything they say. And I understand this guy's a canoe. He needs to die. Death sentence. We've got video of him doing it. He needs to be put away at least. Fuck that. He's red-handed. He needs to die. We don't need to pay for him to be alive for the next 500 years or however long his fat ass lives.
Longer than...
Anyways, back to the police saying things. I mean, they're all amped up. They've been chasing this guy down. So I kind of get it. I probably said the same things, but I'm not being recorded as a policeman.
Right. You gotta watch yourself before you wreck yourself. Catch yourself before you wreck yourself.
The call went out over the police radio. 1 detained, firearm on person. After that, conversation among the popo went like this.
He had a bulletproof vest on. I can't believe we didn't have a fucking gun battle out here. Oh man, could you get a better fucking backdrop? Brick building, metal building, no residential. Dude.
I was like, you fucking piece of shit.
I was like, come on, game on.
We would have obliterated his ass.
He didn't say a single thing when we pulled him over. I can't believe it. He didn't go down in a blaze of glory.
He's got to have killed his wife and everything, said one cop. The wife had been contacted that she wasn't dead. The news came through that his wife had been successfully contacted. She's a 14. Kalamazoo Police Code confirming she's okay. Nice. They sounded perplexed. Cops at the scene were also surprised. Clearly, this was not how they anticipated the night would end.
Well, he didn't fight. It's really surprising that he didn't fight.
One cop said, he didn't fight us. I'm surprised that he didn't want to go at it. Figured that he would be a suicide by cop.
Yep.
Another cop said, wow, what a fucking puss. Which I get. But again, all the past things we just said were all
You don't say that stuff. You're being recorded and it's going to be used in court.
I don't get it.
You guys got to watch yourselves.
Watch yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourselves.
I get it, but come on.
Anyways, Dalton later explained he allowed himself to be arrested without a fight. He did reach to his right side for his gun when he was pulled over, but then, again, something happened with his phone which called him not to do it. And we're going to talk about the phone situation. At that moment, he just let himself be arrested. After the arrest, he was aloof. He just told the judge, I would prefer just to remain silent.
What happened with his phone? This is really weird.
All right.
It went from black to red, and that made him freak out. Like the background colors. It's just
all right.
bizarre.
He had been through the police interrogation for a while, and I know that he had 22 times he said before he finally blurted out that if we only knew, it would blow our mind. He then explains how he opens up the Uber taxi app. Oh, that's where the Uber taxi thing comes in. Okay. Dalton acknowledged that he recognized the Uber symbol as being that of the Eastern Star, and a devil head popped up on his screen. And when he pressed the button on the app, that is when all his problems started. Dalton said the iPhone can take you over. Dalton explained how you can drive over 100 miles per hour and go through stop signs, and you just get places. Dalton then described the devil figure as a horned cow head or something like that, and then it would give you an assignment and would literally take over your whole body. That's where he looked down at his phone, and the phone was telling him, it's okay now, give up your gun and surrender to the police. So this whole time, the Uber app was telling him to do it.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but okay.
He was asked what was different tonight from the other nights that he had driven with Uber. Tonight, normally the icon is red, but it had changed to black tonight.
I doubt it.
You
know what? I just noticed something here. It says someone told the police that Dalton had once talked of choking and killing the family cat. What the heck?
Okay.
Then leaving it on the marital bed?
Well, I mean,
like their
who
bed,
calls it the marital bed anymore?
Right.
But
right.
yes.
That's creepy.
And later, the wife recalls finding the cat on her side of the bed dead.
His name is Leo.
It is?
Yeah.
Like your name.
I know.
And your dad's name and your grandpa's name.
Creepy.
She just assumed the cat had died of natural causes, but now 15 years later or something like that, he tells this and she's like, oh my God. 5 days after he does all this, she files for divorce. She's like, yeah, fuck you. And she really...
I would go into hiding.
The lawyer actually spoke for her and was like, this has nothing to do with the past 20 years. We had a great marriage, but this just happened. No, we're out. I'm taking my kids.
Done.
We're done. We're out.
Gone.
We're gone. His parents had actually visited him twice, and then they were like, we're out. We're going back to Florida. You're a psycho.
Yep.
Don't know if they actually said that. I'm assuming.
If they didn't, they should have.
I mean, they only visited him twice. During the pre-trial, there was a major outburst where Dalton was like, no, they gave bags. These old people, they have these old black bags. They're black. They're black bags that people drive around and people look at them. It gets real bad. It's time people look. And that's when they tell the people it's time to get to the temple. What the fuck does that even mean?
Hey, that dude is just nuts.
And then he's like trying to break free of his restraint, and he's shouting, take, and he's jabbing his right forefinger in a way that resembled firing a gun.
Like a gun, yeah.
Yeah. He flips out. He turns into dead weight like a 2-year-old. You guys can Google this. You can look it up. They literally drag him out of the courtroom like a 2-year-old out of a grocery store.
That's a lot of weight
that didn't get his candy. Yeah, it's stupid. So the rest of that hearing went by video link because he obviously can't handle court. During the time before the arraignment, he, was pretty calm. He said he wasn't suicidal, that he wasn't hungry, he wasn't on any medication, he wasn't on drugs. He answered all of the cops' questions pretty calmly and sensibly, discussing his marriage and his dog and his daily habits. He also denied being any kind of mental. The other day, I'm babysitting the grandkids. It pops up on my phone. Sentencing for Jason Dalton. Oh shit, I ran to the laptop.
Oh, of course.
Threw that bitch open.
You gotta see it.
One of the grand minjas wasn't feeling well, so I plopped her in front of the TV.
Did you say grand bitches?
Grand minjas.
Oh, okay. That's what I heard.
So I threw the grand ninja in front of the TV. One of my sons was homesick, so he was chilling out on the couch, and I had the baby in my hands, and in comes... It was an Oompa Loompa. It was like Trump meets an Oompa Loompa meets a Cheeto.
Oh, this dude is so disgusting.
Ugh. He comes rolling in.
Just fat.
Comes rolling in. I'm yelling at the TV just watching him walk in because he's got this ridiculously fake looking stomach.
Oh, it's a big fat belly.
Like
it's a big
basketball's just belly under there, and he walks in hanging on to his big belly like he's all that. And he sits down.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this part.
He sits down. And
he doesn't even have his ass fully in the seat, and the bailiff says, "All rise." And you and I both saw it.
He shakes his head like it's the most inconvenient thing.
It's the smallest movement, though. Like, he just makes this tiny movement. How dare you make me get my fat ass up again?
Back up.
You are inconveniencing me.
I just sat.
Judge. Why do I have to stand up for you? I'm huge, and I have buttons blatantly popping on my orange suit. Orange is not the new black for this guy, by the way. It does not do him any justice.
Doesn't do anybody any justice.
He's got a wife beater on underneath, just sticking out. I'm yelling, "You fat fuck, stand up for the judge." Mm-hmm. It's now law that people who are up for murder have to face the victims' families or the victims. So it was a pretty long trial thing. All of the victims' families got up and spoke on behalf of their loved ones. The first victim that he shot, who pretended to be dead back in the beginning, who saved the kids, she spoke, and she just was like balls to the wall, like, look at me. Look at me. And that rat bastard would not look at her. This is when I think he should be hooked up to a little button, and she should be able to go, and he should have things clipped to his nipples, and it should hurt like a motherfucker when she pushes that button.
Dude, that just makes me cringe.
Then put them in a chair where their head is bolted in like you've broken your neck, and force them to look at their fucking victims, because that is bullshit. He just looked a different way, like they didn't exist, and that's bullshit. No, fuck you, dick. You either get electrocuted by the push of every victim every time they want.
Just the dude had absolutely no remorse.
None. Zero. Looked put off because he had to listen to them.
It was an inconvenience to him.
He wasn't eating all his happy jail food.
Right. He needed more, apparently.
I'm not... You guys, I was screaming at the screen. My kid was like, "Mom, you're cracking me up." I was like, thank God the 3-year-old ninja's not repeating my words right now. This guy needs to be put on death sentence. He blatantly doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, we don't have that in Michigan.
He uses the bullshit theory, the app made me do it. Now he gets to go have his butthole taken care of. My dog.
It's going to get...
my dog won't stop
out.
barking. So now he gets to go in jail, get all taken care of, have health insurance, and get his ugly ass teeth fixed, and
his butthole's gonna get ripped out.
I hope so, and I hope they have to take him to Jackson
to stitch it back
to get it fixed, and I hope someone makes
I'm
a
going
shank.
to Jackson.
God, somebody please shank this fucker once he gets in there, because
man,
I have never screamed.
I don't really wish.
I have never screamed at a TV screen. Besides, I have screamed at a TV screen like that, but I just, it was like, look at her, you stupid, psychotic motherfucker.
Oh, he's in there. He's in the penitentiary.
So, anyways, you guys can look him up. His fucking name is James Dalton. Yep. Your Highness is going to tell you that I don't like him. I've yelled at him. I think he's a douchebag. I hope he gets shanked in jail, straight up the bunghole.
You know, there's vigilante justice.
I hope so.
Yeah,
it just happened not too long ago with a.
Not that I endorse it, but it happens.
But I endorse it. If it happens, it happens. What kind of happy ending do you have for us tonight?
I was thinking we need to rehash this awesome band called the JetBeats.
The JetBeats!
Oh, these guys are fantastic.
Oh, they're so smooth.
Oh,
smooth.
They're just great people. They have musical skills that will knock your socks off.
They dress to the T.
Yeah. I mean, just very
they are
sharp,
dapper.
Elegant,
they're very dapper.
Dapper young men.
They have shiny, beautiful shoes on. Cool hats.
Cool hats.
Gotta love a guy with a hat.
Crisp shirts.
Ties.
And their music is just fantastic.
It's old school rock and roll.
It's old school. Kind of
admittedly,
of the Beatles.
They admittedly say that they're inspired by vintage 50s and 60s music.
Yep, and they have gear. All those Vox amplifiers.
Oh, they're
fantastic.
Vox.
And the drummer has most awesome vintage kit.
Sometimes you just look at bands and they just look great.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people will hear a band with their eyes. Does that make sense?
Oh, it totally does.
Because they're watching them. Yeah. They don't really know the music nuances, but the band looks good. And these guys put on a show. And very British invasion Beatles. Do you know that they got to play the Cavern Club in Liverpool?
I didn't know that.
Do you know who else happened to play the Cavern Club in Liverpool?
No. Who?
The fucking Beatles. No big deal. Oh. These motherfuckers shared a stage with the Beatles.
That's cool as heck.
That's awesome. They have fun album names like Sonic Boom Boom and Mach 64.
Oh, these guys are great.
Dude, they just sent you their new album.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because they're super cool humans.
They are.
Boot was like, hey, Morgan, we're doing this new show. We want to cover your band. He was like, dude, you want our new album? And bam.
He sent us digital files. So
just like that.
Choose from their music.
And is that because we're privileged? Nope.
Kinda.
Oh. Nope.
Well, we know the guys.
We just asked them.
Yeah.
And we know the guys. And I'm pretty sure if you sent them a message and asked them, they're cool enough to be like, dude, here's our music. We'll obviously include links in our bio to the JetBeats so that you can hear their music. We're going to leave off with one of their songs. I have faith that you guys can look them up on different music platforms and, Twitter and Facebook and
so we have Morgan,
whatever is
DJ, Ben,
and
AJ.
I think that's the lineup. Yeah, 4 smooth ass motherfuckers.
Killing it.
So look into the JetBeats. They're great. Please, if you wouldn't mind, we would greatly appreciate subscribers. You can like us on all the different places, like Instagram, Facebook, our website. You can email us at michiganmurdersmusic@gmail.com, all one word. You can follow us on Castbox, Spreaker, Audio Boom, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iHeartRadio.
What's our Facebook address?
Type in Michigan Murders, the and sign, music, and then you'll find us. Ta-da! By the way, so many people, like friends and family, 106 Facebook likes this week. That's insane. We had some listens. We had people give us their input. Don't say is one of them. It's awesome. I'm having a good time with this. It's really exciting.
Me too.
I think I can finally give that fat fuck away now. Like he's been on my nerves all week.
I know.
I just see his face and I want to punch him. I don't ever want to take an Uber again.
I know. But we're going to have to eventually.
No, I can't do it.
No, we'll just walk.
No offense, Uber. This is nothing against you or any other service provider. I'm scared to hang out. I don't want to hook up with Craigslist ad people anymore.
Oh, dude.
For fuck's sakes. Those are out. So we're going to leave you off with some JetBeats. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to tune out.